Oh my gosh, my friends, what is this alternate reality we're in? Bold has done two DLC videos, a stream, and now a speed build? Is she a real YouTuber? No, she's just bored and it's cold. Okay? And I thought, not everybody wants to listen to my voice for 2 hours. So if you'd like to see the badger habitat that we built, definitely not a beaver habitat, on stream yesterday, and not have to listen to me for 2 hours and only have to do it for 13 minutes, here's the video for you. So, as we all know, we got the beautiful Year Up pack yesterday, and then I had to stream making this badger habitat. It's kind of loosely fairy tale based. For these cute little badgers, they're probably my favorite. I'm not sure how I'm going to talk for 13 minutes about nothing, but here's to trying that. I don't know how y'all speed builders do this. Anyway, I'm placing some rocks, and you might be thinking right now, did you say badger? Because it looks like you're building for an ibex in this mountainous territory. Nope, this is for a badger. I just like rocks. I don't know what it is. Possibly because I don't know how to do anything else, so I just fake being a good builder by just throwing hundreds of rocks at something, and then you're like, oh wow, look at all the pieces you used. You must be a really good builder. It's a trick. It's all a fallacy. So we kind of have this natural border going on. Oh, we just copy and paste because we got tired of placing individual rocks. There we go. Look at that. We're also going to stick to the same rock color around the whole thing because we wouldn't want to, make it look natural or anything like that. We want it to look super crappy. And then we mix in the actual temperate rocks because that does add a little bit of variation so it doesn't look too same. And there we're just placing some enrichment, checking out the badger burrow. I think we were talking about possibly trying to make that like a bandit den down there for them, that these were little bandit badgers. I might still do that, but we ran out of time on stream, so I didn't do that. I might go back in and do that because I think that idea is really funny. Here's me messing with the settings because I did put this up on the workshop, so I'm trying to make sure that it would actually work if you weren't in Sandbox. But the badgers have like no requirements at all. Like they don't care where they live apparently, so I just shut that back off. So will this work outside of Sandbox? I have no idea, but it looks pretty, and that is all that matters. So here we're going to start adding in some edging here to give it kind of a lush grassy look. This is just the cowberry bush. It works amazing for this. We're going to place about 200 of them. I'm joking, it's probably not that many, but it's a lot. Here we are, just kind of filling in the edges and then leaving some areas open where the badgers would play and walk a lot, and then the rest is all just super lush. Yeah, this is a trick I stole from Bronation because I like to go there and leech out all their ideas. Oh, look more, and you kind of just put this kind of wherever. Try to keep not too much of a pattern to it. Pretty cool. Oh, look, some more of it. Wow, this is really interesting. I'm so happy for you guys that you get to experience this. Oh my gosh, lucky you. Alright, so when I build out foliage, I tend to do it in layers. So I will lay down my whole base layer like this, the lowest layer of the foliage, and then I will kind of work my way up from smallest to biggest. So here we're adding in a little bit more height and a different shade of green, just so it's not all samey. Yeah, with these, I think they're bramble bushes. I think that's really. There, I'm taking a screenshot of the two-headed beaver or badger baby. Why do I think that these are beavers? I don't know. And now I'm putting in some moss because why not add some more stuff? Also, I want it to be very fairy tale-esque, and mosses, especially this really like kind of pillowy, fake-looking moss, is so fairy tale to me. I'm not entirely sure why, but it is. So we're throwing that kind of everywhere in no sensible way. Do I know how moss grows? No. Do I care? No. We're here for the aesthetic, y'all. If you want realistic, you're gonna have to go somewhere else. Alright. Oh look, more moss. More moss. How do you feel about moss, you guys? Oh man. So, yeah, just gonna chuck it in. Now what are we gonna do? Save it. Oh, and then we talk about the ash trees. You'll see later on it starts doing it, but for some reason, since the update, my trees get this like strobing effect. Here's this great windmill by Tojo off the workshop, and we're just finding a nice place for it to live. And these little mushrooms by Humbosaurus that are called Fairytale mushrooms, and that's the Fairytale windmill. And I am not nearly talented enough to make either, so I took them off the workshop because that's what the workshop is for, y'all. And replacing in some of the new trees we got. Just kind of filling out the background because even though it is a standalone habitat, we do want some sort of a backdrop behind the exhibit. We go. These great little white flowers are so adorable. I love them, especially for a build like this. They're so like cutesy, and that new rose bush that we got is really pretty too. Very wispy and very Fairytale-esque. And then I get to use these flowers, which I almost never get to use because they look really, I don't know, weird and fake almost, but that works great for this build. And then a little bit more bush color there, hawthorns, a log, because apparently all the trees in that little area are dead. And then I'm using these grapevines that we got in the pack as ivy. They worked really good for this. The color is great. They're very 3D, and the leaves are like super easy to make out when you look at it. So it works really good. Oh, more bushes because, you know, I have the too much gene and it's out of control. I'm trying to figure out where to use that really pretty white tree, but putting it in the middle just seemed to crowd it. Same with this tree. I love this tree. I wanted to use it, but I just seem to crowd it. I don't actually leave it there where I just put it. Ooh, and then we go for this pink tree in the middle because it adds the pop of color I wanted and interest, but without covering the viewing of these little badgers, not beavers. And then just doubling down with adding some difference in the green because it was looking very just the same green all over. So we add in these bracken everywhere, tuck that in, try to figure out why the badgers can no longer get up that hill. Here we fix that. I was actually looking at the wrong heat map the whole time, so I do figure that out. Cool. Then we're fixing the gate here so that it fits in this little rock piece. We do actually go back and change that a little bit. In the blueprint, that arch rock that's over the gate doesn't copy, so you actually have to put that in by yourself when you get this up in the workshop. There we go. We decided to just make it easy and use the concrete fence. Adding some guest side stuff, little flower bed over here. Just using some of the same plants from in the habitat to give you that idea that you're kind of in the same area as the animals. It's a fun little trick you can use. Alright, now we're just having a look around, checking out our badgers, looking how cute they are. Oh, they're asleep. Very, very cute. Very cool. Alright, then we're going to put in this path, and then we're going to take it out because I realized I made it really thin. But, there we go. Yep. Okay, so we widen it, and we put the path back in. This is where you'll put the path if you download this. I did also realized just now that that big olive tree is not included in the blueprint, but it's pretty easy to make that little area. If you don't want to do that, I could upload that to the workshop as well. Here's these great new stone walls. We colored the backdrop grody area green so it looks a little bit mossy. And then you can watch me struggle for a few minutes to place all of these. And sometimes I just go, you know what, screw it, we'll put in some more full rocks. No one will ever know. You can watch me struggle here for way too long to get this done. Because I didn't realize that to get that to not be a seam, you have to flip every other one. And then also, I didn't overhang the path enough in some spots, so the terrain wants to stick through. But we just cover that up with some fake rocks, because who's gonna know? No one's gonna know. See? Oh, look. Happy little accident. Happy little accident. It was totally meant to be that way. Alright, and then we start really cooking the gas here and doing them two at a time because I was running out of patience for it. There we go. do fix that corner because I realize that that door opens onto nothing, but I'm not going to notice quite yet. Then you're thinking, oh, well, that's sticking out because the path doesn't overhang because you don't know how to place path pull. You know what? We're going to make it look like it was on purpose in a minute here. Just cover up that mistake. There we go. Nothing's there. Nothing to look at here. And then we start placing some... What are we doing now? We're doing the mulch yet? We forget that mulch is in nature and not in construction, so now we found it, and we're gonna make this a flower bed, like we did that on purpose, like that path purposely wasn't overhanging, and not at all because I don't watch what I'm doing. Here we go, about so many of those tiny little mulch pieces. If I didn't have that tiny mulch piece, I would have had to redo that path, but now with the tiny mulch piece, you can be lazy and just pretend like it was on purpose. There we go, and then we plant this up, hang some ivy off of that rock to kind of soften that edge up. And here we go. Look at that. It's like we wanted to do it in the first place. No one would ever know. Alright. Add some plants in here. Those really cute little flowers. I take my time of placing them individually and then I just do that because I'm lazy. Some of these guys. That over there. Alright. A little bit of bracken. Ooh, very foresty, very lush. Alright. Now what are we doing? Now we're doing the outside. So first I placed the laziest education board, I think, in the history of Planet Zoo Builders. This teeny tiny billboard is my favorite thing from the back. This teeny tiny one. It's actually the memorial plaque, but the one of them actually functions as a billboard. You don't have to use it in a memorial plaque, which is great because I've wanted a tiny billboard like that forever. And then here I fixed the fact that that door is hanging over an empty void. Plant that out, just like that. Move that so it's got a little path. Alrighty, then I come over here and realize maybe I don't have to be the laziest person in the world and I can make an actual stand for this that fits the habitat instead of being lazy. So we do that real quick. The Arctic pack is really kind of low-key awesome. Like, it's so underappreciated, I think, because the wood pieces are so great in it. As long as you don't use them for what they're supposed to be for, I guess. And then I remember that this flowery moss exists, so I have to add that in too because of the too much gene. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Here I'm explaining the difference between the prop boat and coaches and the spawner ones to someone who had asked in stream, and I forgot to cut that out. So now you get to see the difference too. Here we go. Alright, plant this little tree up. Very, very cute. Ooh, fairytale, fairytale. Very pretty. I actually quite like that tree. It's got a very whimsical trunk on it. Twisty and pretty. Now what are we doing? Oh, putting these badger banners on the Arctic thing. And it doesn't fit, but, you know, we're not mad at it. Put these down, and I think we're done. There we go. Beautiful. Enjoy. If you'd like to put this habitat in your zoo, download it from the workshop. And I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, you know it'd be really cool if you went ahead and hit that subscribe button.